So for all my new entrepreneurs that haven't started your business yet, should you start in 2021? And what categories right now are the best categories to start in? What's up, icons? It's the Iconic Fashion Figure, and I'm back with a new video. It's just about time for the new year. We've got a few hours left, so some of you probably are getting ready for your festivities for tonight, but those of you that are still focused on your future and trying to plan and figure out if it's best for you to start your business this coming year, or should you wait to a later date? That's what I'm here to help you decide. And if you ask me, I'm gonna keep it plain and simple. Yes, you should start your business in 2021, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'll tell you some of the top categories that are selling really well right now. So the reason I say yes to starting your business in 2021 is because there's really no perfect time to start a business. When you feel ready, that's when you should start. So in other words, like Nike says, you just have to do it. That's plain and simple. So whether you started in 2021 or 2022 or before that or after that, it does not matter. As long as you're ready, that's when you should start. Think of it kind of like people that say that they're waiting for the right time to have a baby. If you ask me, it's kind of like that, because guess what most people usually tell those people that are saying they're waiting for the right time to have a baby? They normally hear you're never ready to have a baby. So think of your business like your baby, because that's what it'll become. It'll become your life once you get started. There's no right time to have a baby. You just have to do it when it feels right to you. And I know with this pandemic going on and the economy so up and down, businesses closing left and right, it feels like now is not the time to do it. But do not let 2020 make the decision for you. If you ask me, 2020 was actually one of the better years to start, but 2021 is the next step from there. During this pandemic is actually a really good idea. It's a learning experience, and this is a good time to actually start your business. But don't let a pandemic make the decision for you whether you should or shouldn't start your business. Don't let that stop you. But speaking of the pandemic, along with the pandemic came all these different grants and loans that they're offering to businesses, including startups. Now, before the pandemic, it was hard to get money as a startup business from a lot of lenders because you're a startup. They see you as a high risk. You may not last long, so why give you money? Can you pay it back? Well, because of COVID-19, all these loans started popping up, and that's including home-based businesses and startup businesses. And then you also have grants, which grants, a lot of them you don't have to pay back. So why not start now? Register your business, get going, and start applying for some of those grants and loans to get the startup money that you need to get going. What better time than now to start? Because as a startup, you can now get money to help you get going with your business. Also, because of the pandemic and in general, online businesses are skyrocketing. They say the economy is bad, yet online business is doing really well. E-commerce was already projected to do a lot better than brick and mortar, and it was projected to start taking over the way people shop. But because of this pandemic, it really gave it that push that everyone as far as e-commerce needed to truly grow. So trust me when I tell you, now is the time to start, especially if you're doing e-commerce. Don't wait till later. Jump in now while it's hot, and then just keep growing from there. And if you don't believe what I'm telling you, because I know a lot of people probably watch and think I'm just talking, ask your delivery carriers. They'll tell you how hard they're working, how the companies are hiring more and more employees because there's so many online orders now. They will tell you how they've been working extended hours, collecting their overtime to make more money because there's so much business, because e-commerce continues to grow. And whatever you do, don't let the media influence you as far as this economic crisis. Yes, there are people out there that have lost their jobs and may be struggling financially. I won't discredit that. There are people out there that are having a hard time because of this pandemic, but there are also people that are doing really well. Some people that just weren't affected at all, whether it was good or bad. So don't let the economy put in your head that everyone is just struggling, because that's not the truth. Not to mention, whether broke or rich, people spend. Always keep that in mind. That's always been the norm. People are going to spend money, whether they have it or not. Because trust me, if there's something that they're like, they're going to find a way to make it happen. They're going to get that item because it's what they want. So if that means, like my grandma used to tell us when we were younger, robbing Peter to pay Paul, they're gonna do what they have to do to get what it is that they want. Not to mention, with this pandemic and everything closing, people have more time on their hands. People have become bored. And we know what that means. Boredom equals online shopping to me. Because I know not just me, there's a lot of people out there when we're sitting there doing nothing, we're on our phones, going on different websites and adding to carts. Some may not check out right away, but if you offer them some type of incentive to go ahead and click that checkout button, best believe they're checking out, and there you go, you have an order. And one last thing before I get into some of the top categories that are currently selling right now, just think about it this way. If you start right now during a pandemic when a lot of people are struggling and a lot of businesses are closing, and you succeed on top of that, that right there itself, you should be proud of yourself. So if you can do it now during a pandemic, you can handle any hurdle that's thrown towards your business along the way. Because trust me, along the years, whether you've been in business for 1 month or 100 years, there's going to be different hurdles that are thrown towards your business, and you're gonna have to find ways to get through it. So in those times, later on in the future, you'll come back and think about, man, my business made it through a pandemic. I was able to start a business during a pandemic. So if I could get through that, I can get through anything. Use this time as motivation. Don't let it discourage you. So now for some of the top categories that are selling really well right now. And I'm focusing more so on fashion and, beauty, not necessarily some of the other categories, because there are other categories that are selling well, like food or toilet paper because of the pandemic. Yeah, those items are selling well, but I'm focusing on my viewers and the items that you guys would typically sell. So as far as clothing, loungewear is selling really well. So something kind of like what I'm wearing right now, it's just comfortable. People don't really have anywhere to go, so a lot of people are gravitating towards new loungewear because they may be working from home or they're in quarantine, just sitting at home. They've lost their job, so they have no choice but to be at home. They just want something to throw on to run errands, because really that's the only thing you could do when you leave the house, depending where you are. Loungewear is hot right now, and it's one of the top sellers because that's what everyone's wearing right now. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some cities that are completely opened up, like a pandemic never even occurred, and there are people dressing up and going out all the time. You have people that are going on vacation, so they are buying like resort wear, and then you do have people that are still working, so they may be buying business attire. So I won't discredit those categories because they are still selling, so don't get discouraged by me saying these top categories, because people are buying the other stuff too. But one of the hottest trends right now is loungewear. And then for some of you and more of like the beauty category, or some of you that may offer service, like you might be a nail tech, you might be a hairstylist, those things, think about selling products where people can do it themselves at home. For instance, one of the biggest trends right now is press-on nails. Everyone is into press-on nails because it's easy to throw on right now. If their favorite nail tech's not available, if your state has ordered people to shut down, they can just go ahead and buy the press-on nails from you and put those on until they can get an appointment from you. Press-on nails, hot right now. That's a top selling category, and that's something they can do at home on their own until they can get to you. And that's the same thing for like wax. I saw that huge trend over the summertime when we couldn't go get those appointments to get a wax, and people were buying their own wax warmers and the different wax so they can try to do it themselves. You could sell the hair to people if they know how to install it themselves. Think outside the box. This is the way things are going right now because things have changed for us. And of course, the essential items are selling, so if you want to get creative and sell masks, you can. I don't know how many people are still buying masks because now they seem like they're all over the place, but the essentials are selling. And then just one more category to throw at you, children's wear. I see babies popping up left and right now, and a bunch of people are pregnant right now. So baby clothing, baby in general, whether you're selling the accessories too, you could be doing toys, anything, the blankets, children's and babies, that is hot right now because everyone's popping out babies right now. So if you're not in that category and you want to get in it, now is a good time to do it. But that's it for this video. Just wanted to provide you with a little motivation to get your business going now, because now is the time. It's always the time to start a business. There's never a wrong time to start a business unless you're not confident in doing it. Thank you guys for watching, and Happy New Year.